So now continuing, legacy and impact. Around sunrise came on the same day John was killed. Word got out from the authorities and the leader of the SWAT teams said that he was killed in an explosion. The newspaper made out the local headlines on the morning newspaper and spread throughout the area, including Brookhaven. In the headline, the title read, Notorious Agency Agent Jean-Louis Adams killed in the explosion. Many citizens of Bloxburg, Brookhaven, and other nearby towns celebrated John's death, as referred to it as a gunner's menace and evil actions he did during his time in the agency. But technically, how do I say this? It is, I guess, a two double-sided person. Like, it was his fault for killing Brookhaven, and other 10,000, whatever the number of people that were killed in his done. But also, it is the agency's fault. Agency hired him to literally kill Brookhaven, and it was his fault, and it was their fault also. So, two people are in the wrong. So yeah. Citizens of Brookhaven got together and started to boycott the agency and its employees. Because of this, and in January 1941, the public stormed the Brookhaven's agency office building. They attacked the agents and employees there and destroyed a large amount of equipment and documents there, causing the agency to shut down the operations in February 1941, 1 year after John died. John's younger brother Mario lived until the age of 41, passing on July 10th, 1943 due to a fatal mid-air collision with fighting in the Battle of Silito during the Roblox War II. Mario was more successful and behaved unlike John, and Mario would tell his personal stories and experience about his brother to the public and journalists, gaining both fame and some notoriety for being a brother of one of Roblox's worst and well-known criminals. Mario had a son named Andrew Adams, and by the time Andrew's generation came around, the Adams family was starting to be forgotten and less talked about it. The Adams still resided in Brookhaven, and closer reasons though, and some citizens would occasionally call them out because of how they related to John. Andrew then had a grandson named Jack Adams, who tragically died at the age of 16 due to being a victim of Brookhaven School Massacre in 2013. At this point, Adam's family tree has no longer more 11 members left out, as Andrew's generation and Jack's has ended. But we will see about the shooting. So yeah, this is, oh my god, this is so long. Then I want to head back to Mr. Brookhaven and his agents. Or how about I head to Brookhaven, then this banda, or yeah. Jean-Louis Adams' mugshot for assassinating Mr. Brookhaven, taken on October 5th, 1937 at 4 p.m. Jean-Louis Adams, born in June 1900, father Keesos Adams, mother Mary Weinfield, brother Mario Adams. Occupation criminal, died on 9th of August 1940, cause of explosions. So yeah. Then I'll talk about his other This was Brookhaven, Mr. Brookhaven with Wolfpack or Edenley, but Wolfpack, yes. Then there are so many connections. I will tell. This is very long. Okay, this is very long. So let me continue this song. The theory is the racism. I will finish after this till this. Then I will talk about the school massacre. And massacre means death of thousands, probably millions of children there. 10 years after Mr. Brookhaven's death, his nephew Charles White made a song dedicated to him. Theories. Some people think that Mr. Brookhaven might have faked his own death. This may be true, though. According to a City of Brookhaven poll, 98 point of the residents think Mr. Brookhaven was killed in a motor car, but 12.1% think he staged his own death demise by growing a tumor on his brain. Percy thinks that Mr. Brookhaven passed away after contracting the illness. A group discovered a man that resembled Brookhaven in 1905, though it would make him over 150 years old. Another idea from 2022 said that the crash of the Millennium may have caused his serious injuries while traveling to meet his great grandchildren. With his son, he suffered a serious injury recently. More Brookhavers have supported the motor car death as genuine. But this also may be false. This could also mean his faking death. When Marcus was driving his car on 5th of October 1937, the criminal John Lou Adams threw a bomb which caused the explosion, burning the car and setting it off-road. It killed Marcus and injured 9 more people seriously. Racism. There has been tons of theory where he was racist to blacks, Africans, or Robloxians, calling them disrespectful or he's good to everybody. It started late in the 200s where a user named Sydney has started a theory on Mr. Brookhaven, saying that they interviewed the family and found out they had a racist story. Sydney then uploaded the interview to Blogstube, which is your nowadays YouTube. But yeah, there is no speculation if it was made as a joke or not. But Sydney, pressured by the criticism, quit Blogstube in 2010, which removed the interview video. However, despite the video being removed, the theory began to grow attraction. This is not traction. This is traction or attraction, but yeah, whatever. As the percentage of Brookhavers who believed he was racist increased. Luke Brookhaven uploaded a Blogstube video to state their family was not a racist, causing the theory to be debunked. However, it was too late, as cult groups started to form based on the theory. Oh my god. Now moving on to Jean-Louis Adams. Where is it? You can fast forward the video. Yeah, here it is. Now let's go to, I guess, probably to his Mario Adams. Oh my god, what the hell? Because there is a lot to uncover, and also it is short page, so yeah, ignore. Mario Adams, June 16th 900 till July 10 943 was a Robloxian airman during the Roblox War II. He is notable for being Jean-Louis Adams' twin brother. Some suggest that he and his twin switched places, and secretly it was Maria to assassinate Mr. Brookhaven. Though all of these theories has been debunked due to DNA tests ran on Jean-Louis. History. Mario was born on 16th of June in 1900 in Murrieta, Rwanda, which is nowadays Rwanda, to Koso Adams and marry Fresh Winfield when he was 2. His father passed away due to heart failure, so Mary Fresh was forced to take better care of him. Since John was a disruption, Mario wasn't able to attend school or have many friends. This made Mario grow to despise his brother. Mary Fresh also abused John when they were 5. Mary had hired a nanny to help with Mary and children. Though the nanny would also abuse John when he was 10, he was put under wood for 2 days, and John then also traumatized and went away to become a gangster, eventually an assassin. After that event, though Mario was given time to be taught properly and helping his mother, after seeing what happened to the world in Roblox War 2nd, Mario decided to train hard and become a soldier. In case another World War ever happened, it would. Mario also inspired by airplanes ever since they came out. On July 1930, he got married to a woman named Elizabeth Greenberg. In 1932, they had a child named Andrew. Later, in 1934, he joined the Robloxian military to become an airman. This gave him hardly any time to spend time with his family. Sadly, after 5 years, in 1939, the World War broke out in Eurobloxia. I don't know. Okay, this is a continent located entirely in the northern hemisphere, mostly in the eastern. It's bordered through the Lexington Ocean, and the West Debaji is in the east. You can read this. I am reading this fast because I am trying to head to the main story, but yeah. By the watershed of the mountain range, a river, sea, another sea, and the waterways of the states. Though it is much of this border over, Eurobloxia is recognized as its own continent because of its great physical size and the weight of its history. This is Europe in our universe. So yeah. Okay. This meant he could no longer visit his family in case an attack happened. On June 15th, 1940, Mario spent a day with his wife and his son before he could leave. After 1 year, in 1941, his worst vision came true, and Robloxia joined Roblox World War II. On July 9th, 2 years after they joined, in 1943, the attack on Lito began, and on the 10th, Mario was killed in medial collision protecting the other nation. Okay, this is how he looked like. Okay, why am I clicking on this? Let me 1 second. Full name Mario Jason Adams, born in 16th of June 1900, place of birth Murita, Rwanda. This is Rwanda, USR. So yeah. Family: father Kosa Adams, mother Mary Winfield, brother John Lou Adams, spouse Elizabeth Greenberg's son Andrew Adams. There's not much information about Andrew, but yeah, ignore. Occupation: Robloxian airman. Died on July 10th, 1943. Cause of death: mid-air collision. Very sad. Now let us go to the massacre that happened in school. Ignore. Oh my god, I need water at this point, but it's okay. I guess this is the long form. This is very, very long, but yeah. Since I promised you guys that this is so long, I will discuss this and then make another part where we discuss about Aiden Lee Wolf and the current generation. So yeah, prepare for this. This is so long. You can watch in 2x speed. Oh my god. Okay, this is the school that we know at the present day now. This is the map. This is okay. This is the map of the location of the shooting site. This is the airport. Remember this. The maple. These are the. This is not the entire map of Brookhaven, but this is Brookhaven map. This is where Madison Lake would appear, and I would also like to talk about Brookhaven's wife also, because it is there are so many theories and there's so many explanations that I cannot wait to share. This is so good. Okay, these are these are these are these are the children that were hiding. This is Matthew one. These are the countries. This will take a very long time. Okay, so yeah. Oh my god. Okay, now moving on. This may take 10 minutes to very cover. Before this, okay, one second. So yeah, ignore the background noise. The Brookhaven High School shooting, also known as the Brookhaven School Massacre or the Brookhaven shooting, was a mass shooting that occurred at Brookhaven Senior High School. As the modern day Brookhaven High School in Brookhaven, Keone Republic Robloxia on Monday, April the 2nd, 2013. A 18-year-old student, Ethan Bradley, shot and killed 35 individuals, including students, teachers, and the school security personnel. He injured 59 individuals, 50 of them whom received gunshot outside the building, including multiple police officers who all survived, and 9 who suffered injuries caused by caused by debris, smoke, and smashed glass. Following the shooting, he fled the school, but just a minute later, a local police officer who had been on the scene of the shooting slashed him, means he killed him with a knife before sending him to jail. The gunfire caused damage to a number of places, including residents, restaurants, stores, and markets, which is like near the school Brookhaven at that time. The shooting was the deadliest school shooting in Roblox before being overtaken by 2024 Sacramento school shooting, the deadliest at the conventional K-12 school, and the third deadliest shooting in Roblox history, being surpassed by 1995 high school shooting and 1937 the Brookhaven motel shooting. Surprisingly, in the 1973 mass shooting that left 21 people dead. It also ranked 19th as one of the deadliest school massacres in the world. At the time of the incident, gun violence in USSR was on the increase, was a result of another school shooting that happened in December 2012. So yeah, the Brookhaven High School shooting, also known as Brookhaven School Massacre or the Brookhaven shooting, was a massive shooting that occurred at Brookhaven Senior High School, which is rebuilt as nowadays the modern Brookhaven High School in Brookhaven, Keone Republic, Robloxia on Monday, April 22nd, 2013. A 18-year-old student, Ethan Bradley, shot and killed 35 individuals, including students, teachers, and school security personnel. He also injured 59 individuals, 50 of them whom received gunshot out of the building, including multiple police officers, who all survived, and 9 more who suffered injuries by additional injuries caused by debris, smoke, and smashed glass. Following the shooting, he later fled the school, but a minute later, a local police officer who had been on the scene of the shooting slashed him with a knife, finally, before sending him to jail. The gunfire caused damage to a number of places, including residences, restaurants, stores, and markets. So, what we understood from this, this was actually, maybe if you go explore Brookhaven, Vishnu, you see in front of the school there are like restaurants, museums, whatever, or like shops ahead. So yeah, those are also caused injured. The shooting was the deadliest school in Roblox. Yeah, before uh, before being overtaken by the 2024 Scamando school shooting. The deadliest at a conventional K-12 school, and a third deadliest shooting in Brookhaven history, being surpassed by the 1995 high school shooting, and in 1997 Brookhaven motel shooting, surpassing the 1973 mass shooting that left 21 people dead. It also ranks 19th on the list on the deadliest school massacres in the world. At the time of the incident, gun violence in the USSR was on the increase, mostly as a result of another school shooting that happened on December 2012. In the end, the shooting at the Greenville High School in 2023, nearly 10 years later, rivaled the Brookhaven High School tragedy with approximately 35 fatalities, mean 35 deaths. Days after the massacre, the Brookhaven government applied additional gun laws in an effort to prevent kids from bringing weapons to the community, particularly to middle and high schools. After an investigation, the police found that he had been plotting a school mass shooting for at least 5 years, mostly targeting his middle and high schools. Statistics demonstrated that he had a possession of an 223 caliber called AR-15 rifle for 3 months, as if planning the crime since middle school. Like why? Like, why do you want it? Are you stupid? He wanted to commit the largest mass murder in American history because he was inspired by some of the worst mass shootings in the nation's history. It was once anticipated that Ethan Bradley would be freed from jail in 2063. He was charged with 35 murders, 56 attempted murders. On the 5th of August 2015, Ethan was murdered by prison guard Tyson Hammer after being told to walk to for lunchroom. Good. This was the second time a guard killed a serial killer notorious for mass shootings. Hammer was sentenced to 45 years in jail with no possibility of release. You know what? The security guard deserved at least 1 to 10 years in jail because he killed a mass shooter that could have almost killed anyone in the jail. Hats off to him. Anyways, following the incident, gun control activists, notable people, and the victims' parents condemned the Brookhaven police. The police were shut, chastised means criticized and hated for lacking actions and reasoning, as well as a sluggish and unprepared response, which accountability for the majority of criticism. But no, I guess not criticism. This is hate, but makes sense. Following the shooting, which became one of the most discussed incidents of 2013, many groups which is focused on gun violence were formed. Students from Brookhaven High School were among those participating. A number of protests was held in the support of gun control laws and safety procedures. a law prohibiting minors under the age of 18 from purchasing firearms from local gun dealers was signed into law by mayor in on May 12th, 2013. Subsequently, a few days of the injured assault victims, rose to the position of mayor inside Brookhaven administration. One of them held the position of chief police officer for the Brookhaven Police Department for at least a year. Several mass shootings in the modern age has made reference to Brookhaven High School Massacre, which has come to represent calls for comprehensive gun regulation. Okay, this is very long. Background: Brookhaven is a high school that serves grade 10 through 12th and is located in Brookhaven, the largest settlement on its eponymous land, which means eponymous island, which means very, very big island. Founded in 1960s with parental and government backing, opened in 1964 despite early plans to build a larger school than usual. The team and employees rejected the concept due to production challenges that prohibited them from constructing the planned school. Instead, they proposed their own individual concept for the school. The high school was close to the numerous notable landmarks, including a cemetery, a huge park with a playground in the middle that is served as the city's focal point, and a few residents where some of the students resided. It is also actually near the mayor's office, also near the fire police department, and it is very, very, very close to the hospital. In general, the high school was located in some of the city's busiest areas. Prior to April 2013 occurrence, the school employed many staff members and instructors and housed around 1,411 students. Although some students went to Lakefront Academy of the Arts on Lake Madison Road, but also the road is related to Brookhaven's wife, which I'll talk to that after this whole essay. But okay, students at the school were from age of 15 to 18. The building consisted of a main building and the other two buildings holding classes and an auditorium, stadium, and basketball or softball fields adjacent to the campus. But there were some complaints against the school. Brookhaven High School has faced significant criticism prior to the massacre, extending back to the early 1990s. This will be longer than the 30 minutes video, but who cares? This may be 40 minutes. In 1996, following a fatal stabbing of a classmate, parents campaigned for security checks and installation of metal detectors. The school would only utilize a metal detector once every school year, which should be unplugged with the beginning of with the 2010 to 2011 school year, according to a investigation. In the past, even days before the massacre, parents completed Brookhaven High School was too small for the majority of the children. Asked the creation of a painting studio for the region, as well as more room for few courses. The pasting area was only constructed outside most of the classroom. Parents were concerned about the possibility of serious injuries in the absence of any signal of safety after many incidences. The school practiced lockdown 3 days before the incidents in order to make sure that the students were listening every Tuesday. Since reportedly 2008, the school conducted an active shooter practice that closed the whole entire campus for a maximum of 5 minutes. Bruh. The drill was implemented following a mass shooting in 2010 near the local school that has been ongoing ever since. Vishnu. On April 19, 2013, during the usual class day in the morning, a small gunshot occurred near the school, injuring two individuals, including a student. Uh, the incident produced um, considerable issues for the school, since many parents were the possible suspects may be easily access to the facility because it was not designed for the protection of students in mind. Furthermore, the gang leaders who had been previously on the increase and the gunshots and the stabbings became increasingly regular at school and child care. So basically, like since this in front of school there was also a daycare, they also went there and maybe killed some babies. So yeah. A day before the massacre, Brookhaven High School has informed parents that they will be opened and would seek to increase cops inside the school as well as have police officers stationed around the facility to prevent gang shootings. Brookhaven High School and the government is considering two plans to entirely reconstruct the school beginning on June 14th. Around the time of the event, according to a statement released by the school, the following incident was substantial plans for the school's renovation, and the school was initially scheduled to close for the first time in July 40 in like 2014 and reopen in September 2015. I will make the video till this much. There will be a part 5, and then at the end we will discuss about the school shooting. Then we will move on to Eden Lee Wolf and Wolfpack, because the school massive shooting is also a part of Brookhaven's biggest history. So yeah.